So if the dividend is paid out of free reserves, yesterday we understood there are 4 conditions required to be satisfied, everyone. What are the 4 conditions, Amma? Read it out. What is the condition number 1? Read out first.
ROD to be offered amount of dividend.
Yes, the rate of dividend shall not be more than what?
Average of last 3 years rate or amount.
Yes, average of last 3 years rate of amount. And at the same point of time, what we learned? The how much we can withdraw from the free reserves? We cannot withdraw more than what? 10% of the total paid up share capital plus free reserves. And when we talk about the withdrawal, after the withdrawal, how much should be minimum left in the free reserves, Amma?
15%.
There should be minimum 15% of the total paid up share capital which should be left in the free reserves. Is it clear? Yes. Yeah. Next point, what we have understood. And first we have to adjust the which year losses, Amma? Current year losses. First we have to adjust the current year losses. So these are the topics we have already done yesterday. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, next thing which you have to understand that key, I already told you, in case the company has defaulted in the payment of dividend or sorry, in the payment of acceptance of deposits. Now tell me one thing, is it ethical for the company if they are already in due with the payment of acceptance of deposit, but they are paying the dividend, whether the company law should allow or should not allow? Should not allow. You already have default in the acceptance of deposits. You already have a default in the repayment of deposit. Do you think that it should be allowed or should not be allowed?
Should not.
Should not be allowed. So when there is a default in the acceptance of dividend and sorry, payment of the dividend, it is not at all allowed. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next point mein what we understood? The next point mein what we understood is not applicable to the 100% government company. Remember one thing, all the above 4 conditions are not at all applicable to the 100% government company. What do you mean by 100% government company? A 100% government company is the one in which government control is how much, Amma? 100%.
100%.
Am I correct? So it is not applicable to the 100% government
Government
company. Right. Now, next point. What is the next topic we have to learn today? That is called interim dividend, everyone. What is the name of the topic? Interim dividend. Now, you all remember yesterday we already understood the concept of what? Interim dividend. Can you please tell me what do you mean by interim dividend? It is a dividend which is declared at the AGM or it is a dividend which is declared between the two AGMs?
Between the two
Two AGMs.
agents.
So is it, can I say that it is a planned dividend or it is unplanned? Unplanned. At any point of time, say for example, company got a lot of profits. Now company want to enjoy these profits with whom? Its shareholder. The company has declared a which dividend? Interim dividend. Now, all the provisions which we have talked so far, all the provisions which we have talked so far in the where? In the, what do you say, final dividend are equally and 100% applicable to which dividend also? Interim dividend. Everything what we have done. So in case you are also paying out of reserves, same provisions will be applicable here. Now, can you please read out what is written? How much interim dividend can be rate? What is the rate, Amma? Any rate. Why any rate? Because interim dividend is not a dividend which is paid at the AGM. So interim dividend can be paid at any rate. Interim dividend can also be paid out of which reserves?
Free reserves.
Free reserves. But let me give you a very important concept here. Everyone, please make sure that you are concentrating on this topic to understand this thing. Listen. Now, see. Say for example, let's take an example of this question. Okay, which financial year is going on, Amma? 22-23 financial year is going on. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's say for example, 9th November 2022. What is the date, Amma? 9th November 2022. Reliance thought that let's declare the interim dividend at the rate of 15%. Let's declare the interim dividend at the rate of what? 15%. Is it any time during the financial year or not? Yes. So 9/11/2022, the Reliance thought that let's declare the dividend at 15%. Now for this, Reliance came to whom? Reliance came to its chartered accountant and to take the advice. Okay, I'm thinking of declaring the dividend at the rate of what? 15%, can I declare the dividend or not?
15.
Now, as a chartered accountant, what is the advice you will give? Now, listen to this provision, everyone, very, very carefully. Now, can you please tell me, Umel, dividend is interim dividend here or final dividend here? Which dividend we are going to declare here? Interim dividend. Am I correct, everyone? So, which dividend we are declaring? Interim dividend. So, my question is, can you please tell me what is the previous quarter before this date? Which quarter of the company got ended before this date? I just need a, now tell me, financial year starts from the 1st April. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you please tell me what is the first quarter? The first quarter is from April, May to
June.
June. So can I say that June 30th?
Yes, sir.
What is the second quarter, Amma?
July to
July,
September.
August to September 30th. Am I correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
before 9/11/2022, which is the last preceding quarter? Can I say that 30th September only?
Yes, sir.
When we opened the financial statements of the company on the 30th September, we found 15,000 crores of losses. How much loss company is incurring?
15,000 crore losses.
15,000 crores of losses. Now tell me one thing, during this situation, does it look ethical to pay the dividend?
No, sir.
No. Now, in this case, what they are saying, even if the company still wants to pay the dividend, then if the quarter preceding to the date of declaration is showing the losses by the company, then in that case, rate of which dividend? Interim dividend shall not be more than average of last 3 years rate. Are you getting the point? Now listen to this point, everyone, very, very carefully. What the company thought, at how much price they wanted to declare an interim dividend, Amma? They wanted to declare the interim dividend at the rate of what? 15%.
15%.
But tell me, in the previous quarter, company is showing the profit or losses?
Losses.
In such cases, what is the provision applicable? Rate of interim dividend, even if you want to declare, that should not be average of, that should not be more than average of last
3
3
years.
years. Now, 21-22 May, it was 10%. 2021 May, it was 8%. And 1920 May, it was 12%. Amma, please tell me, can you do the average of last 3 years?
10%.
10%. Now tell me, can company declare at 15%?
No,
No.
sir.
Company has to declare it maximum
10%.
10%. Did you all understand the concept, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, everyone. So this is going to apply only if the preceding quarter has shown the profits or losses? Losses. Now, can you read this provision, Amma, for every one of us? Read the provision, please.
Provision, if there are losses in the financial year up to last date of preceding quarter,
If there
preserving the
are if
date
there are losses in the financial year up to the last date of preceding quarter, preceding the date of which one, Amma?
quarter.
Preceding the date of declaration of interim dividend. Now tell me, what is the, acha, let me ask you one thing, Amma. Suppose I'm thinking of declaring dividend on 7th August 2022. Can you please tell me what is the preceding quarter before that?
June.
30th June. Is
June.
it the last day of preceding quarter?
Yes, sir.
So on the 30th June, if profits are there, then in that case, company can pay the dividend at any rate.
Yes, sir.
Yes, but if the 30th June losses are there, then what is the provision? Then in such case, the rate of interim dividend cannot be more than how much, Amma?
Last 3 years average.
Average of last 3 years dividend. Is it clear, Amma? So let's take
Yes.
an example. 2021 financial year ka we are paying the dividend. 4th August we are declaring the dividend. Tell me, Amma, what is the preceding quarter of 4th August?
June 30.
June 30th. So June 30th ko company is incurring what?
Losses.
Losses. So then in that case, can you pay the any rate or you have to pay the maximum average of last 3 years rate? Last 3 years rate only the maximum what you can pay. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Now, next topic. Now with this, our dividend provisions are over, plus interim dividend provisions are over. Along with that, section number 123 is also over. Now, how many sections we are left with, Amma? We are left with 123. We are
Yes.
left with 124, 125, 126, and 127. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, 124, 125, 126, we are going to learn in this particular chart only. Now, everyone, please listen to this point carefully. It is going to be told to you in the form of story. In this story, you are going to find the three sections covered over here. What are the three sections we are going to cover, Amal? 124?
125, 127.
126, I will tell you at the end separately. Now, listen. First of all of you, you have to reply me back. Do you agree or not? All of you, you have to reply me. Do you agree or do not agree? Are you getting the point? First of all,
Yes.
everyone, give me the answer. Dividend is recommended by the board of directors or dividend is recommended by the shareholders? Recommended, not declared.
Board of.
Board of directors. Can shareholders increase the rate?
No, sir.
No, they can't. Can they confirm the rate?
Yes, sir.
Can they reduce the rate?
Yes, sir.
In the what? AGM.
AG.
So can I say that up to this point everything is clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, after the recommendation, dividend is declared in the board meeting or dividend is declared in the AGM?
AG.
Dividend is declared in the AGM. Now listen to this point very carefully, everyone. Once it is declared at the AGM, can we cancel it or we can't cancel it?
We can't
We can't.
cancel it.
Now, listen to this rule, everyone. Once the dividend is declared in the AGM, within 30 days, you have to pay the dividend to all the members. Within how many days you have to pay the dividend?
30 days.
30 days. And within 30 days, you have to post the dividend warrants to all the members. Are you getting the point? Either you have to pay them directly into their account within 30 days, or you have to post their dividend via check into their account or into their address within how many days? 30 days.
30.
It means company only has how many days to pay the dividend?
30.
30 days. And remember, company will not pay the dividend from its bank account. Company will go to a bank and will open a new bank account called dividend account. What is the name of the account? Dividend account. Company has to transfer the amount from their bank account to the which account? Dividend account. From that dividend account, dividend will be paid. Am I correct? It means
Yes.
opening a bank account, transfer, everything must be conducted within how many days, Amma?
30 days.
30 days. Now read this whole paragraph. Declaration of dividend shall take place once it is declared at what? AGM.
AG.
Company shall ensure the payment of dividend within how many days? 30 days from its declaration from a separate bank account called which account? Dividend account. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
All of you CC, everyone, please write in the comment box. All of you CC. Quickly. We have to complete this topic by any manner today. Okay, yes. Now, everyone, payment can be made in the check, comma. Payment can be made by the demand draft. Payment can be made by online transfer. Payment can be made by ECS transfer. But what is not allowed?
Cash.
Cash dividend is not allowed. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. In case the company fails to pay the dividend within how many days?
30 days.
Say, for example, the company has to pay the 10 crore dividend. Am I correct? Now,
Yes.
out of 10 crore dividend, company only able to pay how much? 7 crore. How much is pending, Amma?
3.
Now tell me, is it the company's fault or not? Yes.
Sir.
If it is the company's fault and company is unable to pay the dividend, in such case, then in that case, section number 127 penalty will apply on the company. What is the section number? 127 penalty. Now, what is section number 127 penalty, Amma? Company will be liable to pay the interest penalty at the rate of
18% per annum.
Matlab, after 30 days, company has to start paying only dividend or dividend plus interest?
Dividend
Plus interest at the rate of 18%
18%.
per annum. Did you understand? Yes.
Yes.
And not only company, actually payment of the dividend is the responsibility of board of directors only, na? So board of directors also going to be liable to pay the fine. How much fine they have to pay? 1,000
1,000
rupees per day plus imprisonment up to how many years?
2 years.
This is what section number 127. So everyone please write CC if you all understood section number 127. Section number 127 says that in case the dividend is not paid within how many time? Within 30 days, then company will liable to a penalty of 18% per annum, and members in fault, the officers in default, will be liable to a penalty of 1,000 rupees per day and imprisonment up to what? 2 years. Is it crystal clear to all of you? Yes. So actually, if the MCQ question will come, what is the time period for the payment of dividend by the company?
30 days.
30 days. Company fails to pay, which section will apply?
127.
How much is the penalty on the company?
Dividend plus interest 18%.
Yes. And how much on the OID? 1,000 rupees per day and imprisonment up to 2 years.
2 years.
I hope all of you understood this concept. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now, what is this paragraph, Amma? Read the heading now.
In case the non-payment of dividend was not company's fault.
Now, is there any possibility that dividend was not paid to you, but it was not the whose fault? Company's fault. Acha, tell me, Umel, if you are a shareholder of the company and you have given the wrong address to the company, which address? Wrong address. And I sent a check to you within 30 days, but the check came back because it was undeliverable on that address. Now tell me, is it company's fault?
No, sir.
You have given me the wrong bank account. Is it company's fault?
No, sir.
Then in these kind of situations, companies should be penalized or should not be penalized? Should not be penalized. Is it crystal clear to all of you, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now see, under what cases section number 127 will not apply on the company, and what are those cases when there is no fault of the company? It means company can escape or cannot escape? Can escape. What are the cases, Amma? Read the case number 1.
Shareholders gave some instructions to company for dividend, but it was not fulfilled and company already informed such to the shareholders.
Now let's say for example, Umel, you told me that ki, sir, I don't want the dividend by check. Please pay me the dividend via account transfer. What is the demand you made? You want a dividend via which transfer?
Account transfer.
I tried to do the transfer 2-3 times. But every time your bank account is saying that ki, this is a wrong bank account, wrong bank account. The receiver account is not valid, it is invalid. Now tell me, is it my fault?
No, sir.
So tell me, I already informed you, Umel, that ki whatever the bank account you have given, that bank account is non-operational and it is not working. Now tell me, at the end of the day, here it is whose fault? Company's fault or shareholders' fault?
Shareholders' fault.
And did I already intimated you that ki your instructions cannot be fulfilled?
Yes, sir.
Yes. In that case, company can escape or cannot escape?
Can escape.
Read the point number 2.
When dividend was not paid under operation of law.
Now, let's say, for example, Umel, against you, any court order is going on. Which order is going on? Court order. Now, due to that court order, your all bank accounts are freeze, your demat accounts are freeze, your jewelry accounts are freeze, your all the share accounts are freeze. Now, tell me one thing. In such cases, can I say that you are a criminal in the eyes of law?
No, sir.
Your everything is freezed. Everything is freeze. It means one case is going on against you. Obviously, that is the reason court has freezed everything. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
And court also sent the order to all the companies whose shares you are having. Now tell me, companies in this case will pay you the dividend or will not pay you the dividend?
Will not.
So it is the company's fault or it is by operation of law?
Operation of law.
So when the dividend was not paid due to what? Operation of law. Is it clear, Mark? Case 1, case 2?
Yes, sir.
Case 3, Emma?
When dividend is disputed, one against the title of recipient.
Let's say, for example, you and the person from whom you bought the shares, you both are fighting with each other. Are you getting the point? You said that you already paid the money, therefore share belongs to you. That person is saying ki no, Umel has not paid me the money, that's why these shares belongs to me. So your fight is going on in the court of law?
Yes, sir.
Is the dispute going on over the ownership of the shares?
Yes, sir.
Till the time dispute is not over, whether the company is liable to pay you or that person any dividend, or company can keep the dividend.
Keep the dividend.
Tell me one thing, is there any company's fault in this case?
No, sir.
What is the next one?
When dividend was adjusted, set off against indebtedness of shareholders to company.
When dividend was adjusted, set off against the indebtedness of shareholder to the company. So say for example, Umel, you are holding 1 lakh shares of the company, and on that your 1 rupee per share is pending. So tell me how much is calls in areas from your side?
1 lakh.
1 lakh. So company is sending you the reminders, please pay, please pay, please pay, but you are paying or not paying?
Not
Not
paying.
paying. And suddenly company declared the dividend of 1 lakh to you. Now tell me, can company set off this 1 lakh with your calls in areas?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So company has to pay you 1 lakh and company has to receive 1 lakh from you. Can the company do the set off?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is also known as what? Adjustment, right? And what is the last one?
Any other reasonable grants?
Grounds. So tell me everyone, did you all understand the cases under which section number 127 will not be applicable on the company? No penalty on the company. Is it crystal clear to all? Yes or no? Quickly, आज जल्दी जल्दी reply करेंगे. We have to. Right or not? Everyone, quickly reply. Crystal clear? Yes. Now, next topic we are going to understand, Umel. So 30 days wala concept all of you understood. Am I correct, Umel?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the next concept you are going to learn now? Now, we are going to learn section number 124 now. Which section? 124. Now, listen. Omel, 30 days are over. Am I correct? Out of 10 crores, 7.5 crores dividend is paid. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Company's fault is there, then 127 penalty has been imposed on the company. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, what has happened? Listen to this point very carefully. Once the 30 days are over, you can't keep the dividend account open. You have to shut down or you have to close the dividend account. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, after 30 days, dividend account is required or not required?
Not
So it
required.
means what is the can I say that indirectly the validity of the dividend account is how many days?
30 days.
So read this, what is written?
If there is non-payment of dividend in dividend account after 30 days of declaration of dividend, if still amount unpaid is there in dividend account, then dividend account shall be closed.
If the amount is still unpaid in the which account? Dividend account, then the dividend account shall be
Closed.
closed. Am I correct, Amma? So it means indirectly, can I say that what is the validity of the dividend account?
30
30 days.
days.
Now, still 2.5 crores dividend is pending. Am I correct? Now, can I say that there are two possibilities, Umel? Try to understand. Possibility number one, it is unpaid by the company. Am I correct? Due to which we already penalized the company. Is there a possibility that it is also unclaimed by the shareholders? Some of the shareholders did not claim their dividend also. Is there a possibility like this?
Yes, sir.
The possibility is company did not pay, or possibility is it is not claimed by the shareholder. Now, what is the total amount due, Amma? Still pending 2.5 crores. So, can we keep it in the dividend account or we have to shut down this account?
Shut down this account.
Now, what to do with this account? Now, listen, everyone. In the next 7 working days, after 30 days, we close the dividend account. After closing the dividend account, in the next how many working days?
Someone working.
We have to open another new account in the bank. What is the name of that account, Amma? Read this point.
Unpaid and unclaimed dividend account.
What is the new bank account we opened?
Un-
Unpaid, unclaimed dividend account. So what is the first account we opened? Dividend account. That was valid for how many days?
30
30
days.
days. And during that 30 days, some of the dividend was unpaid and unclaimed.
Un-
We have to shut down that account? Yes.
yes, sir.
In the next 7 working days, we open another bank account. What is the name of the account?
Unpaid and unclaimed
And we
dividend
will transfer the total money to the unpaid and unclaimed dividend account. Is it crystal clear to you?
account. Yes, sir.
Yes. That section is known as section number
124.
124. What is the name of the section number 124? Unpaid, unclaimed dividend account. What is the name of 127? Penalty on the company on non-payment of dividend within 30 days. And what is 124, Amma? Read the topic again. Unpaid and unclaimed
Unclaimed
dividend.
dividend account.
Now, can you see something is written from this side? What is this written?
Validity 7 years from declaration.
What is the validity of this bank account, Amma? 7
7
years from the date of not opening, from the date of
declaration.
declaration of dividend, from the date of declaration of the dividend. It means that 2.5 crores which we transferred from the dividend account to this account will be kept in this account for the next what?
7 years
It
from
means it
declaration.
will be kept in this account, and during those 7 years, anyone can come and claim their dividend. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
It means it is safely kept in the unpaid and unclaimed dividend account for the next what? 7 years.
Start.
Now, shall we start? What is 124 section now? Yes. What is the name
Yes,
of the
sir.
section, Amma? Unpaid and?
Unpaid and unclaimed dividend account.
Now, read this point, Amma. Read the point number 1.
Once the dividend account is closed, the unpaid amount of dividend shall be transferred to unpaid and unclaimed dividend within 7 days.
Hmm. What is written that? Once the dividend account is closed, Amma, correct? Once the dividend account is closed, the unpaid amount of the dividend and unclaimed amount of the dividend shall be transferred to unpaid and unclaimed dividend account within how many days?
7 days.
That way I already told you.
Yes,
Right? Now, listen. How many days law is saying must transfer within how many days?
7 days.
Suppose I forgot or I took more than 7 days. Am I violating the law?
Yes, sir.
Then the law, company law says that please pay the interest at the rate of what? 12% per annum. Now tell me, on failure of transfer within how many days, Amma? On failure of transfer within
7 days.
7 days, company will be liable to pay the interest at the rate of what? 12%.
12%.
Till the time it is not actually transferred. Suppose I took 6 months to transfer. So can I say that I took 5 months, 23 days extra?
Yes, sir.
5 months, 23 days extra I took. Okay, actually, how many days I should take? 7 days. But how many months I took?
6.
6 months. So how many extra months I took? 5 months,
5.
23 days extra I took. So for this 5 months, 23 days extra, company will be liable to pay the interest penalty at the rate of.
12%.
So tell me when 18%, when 12%, Amma? 18% is when the company fails to pay the dividend within 30 days. Now, here, company is not failing to pay the dividend. Company is failing to transfer the dividend from the dividend account to this account. Within how many days it should have transferred? 7 days. But it transferred after 7 days. So after 7 days, whatever the number of days you will delay, you will end up paying interest at the rate of what?
12% per annum.
Yes. Did you understand point 1, 2, everyone? Write the CC word. Jaldi se likho. Yes word. Everyone. Did you all understand point number 1 and 2? Crystal clear? Yes. Now, everyone. On the failure of transfer within 7 days, company shall pay the interest at the rate of 12%. Now, let's imagine Ummel, we have already transferred it. Okay. Now we
Yes, sir.
transferred it. Within 90 days of transfer, what is the next provision?
90 days of
Within
transfer.
90 days of transfer, company has to prepare one list of the shareholders to whom the dividend is pending. Now tell me, 2.5 crores is not the company's money, it is a dividend amount. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So many shareholders did not get the dividend, so many shareholders did not claim the dividend. So company will prepare one list of pending shareholders with their name, address, and amount pending. What are the three things? Name, address, amount outstanding. And this list which the company has prepared, that will be published on the website of the company as well as the website which is approved by whom?
Central government.
Central government. Why it is being published on the website, Amma? So that if somebody wants to know that whether my dividend is pending and whether the where I can go and claim my dividend or not, whether total information will be given on that list or not.
Yes, sir.
So this list also we have to give it to whom? We have to give this list to whom?
Central government.
In form number.
IEPF 7.
What is IEPF? Investors Education and Protection Fund. What is the full form?
Investors Education and Protection Fund.
7. Right or not? What is the form number? IEPF 7. So did you understand point number 3? Once we transferred the amount to the unpaid and unclaimed dividend account, it is going to be kept in this account for the next how many years? 7 years. We have to transfer the amount into this account within how many days? 7 days from the closure of the dividend account. Non-transfer within 7 days will fetch the interest at the rate of
12%.
12%. Within 90 days of transfer, company has a responsibility to prepare what? A list with the name of the shareholders, address of the shareholders, amount pending of the shareholders, and this list we have to publish it on the website as well as the website which is approved by whom? Central government.
Central.
And the same list we have to send it to the central government in form number IEPF 7. Is it crystal clear up to point number 3?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, what is the next point happening? Next point we already know. What is the validity of this account, unpaid and unclaimed dividend account? 7 years from the declaration of dividend. Now suppose, Amma, 6 years and 9 months are over. Tell me, how many years I am saying?
6 years and 9 months.
Now, can I say that 3 months before the closure of this account?
Yes, sir.
So, because what is the validity of this account?
7 years.
So, at least 3 months before the closure of this account, again we'll prepare the same updated list, because during those 6 years, 9 months, so many people might have come and taken their dividend or not.
Yes, sir.
Now, is it again 2.5 crore or changes might have come? So many people might have claimed their dividend or not. So it has been reduced or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So after 6 years, 9 months, or you can say 3 months before the closure of this account, what is the point written, Amma?
Company again shall prepare updated list of shareholders to whom dividend is still pending. Again shall be published on website.
So what list we prepared within 90 days of transfer? Again, we are preparing it 3 months before the closure of this account, and this list again we'll publish it on the website of the company, and one website which is approved by whom? Central government.
Central.
So are we repeating the same step 2 times?
Yes, sir.
When we are repeating within 90 days of transfer and 3 months before the closure of this account. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, after 7 years, what is the next point? After
After-
7 years, this account shall be closed. Is it clear? After
Yes,
7
sir.
years, this account also will be closed. Now, the question arises, let's say Umel, 2.5 crores, may say 2 crores money people have already claimed. How much is still pending?
5.5 crores.
After 7 years, also 50 lakhs is pending. Am I correct? 0.5 crores.
Yes, sir.
Now, what we are going to do with this account? What is this point? Within the 30 days of its closure, it means in the next 30 working days, these 50 lakhs, which are the pending funds, amount unpaid and unclaimed, will be transferred to which fund, Amma? Investors, Education and Protection Fund. What is IEPF? Investors, Education and Protection Fund. Not only that, now, Umel, please think logically, and everyone, please think logically. 7 years are over from the date of declaration, and some shareholders have still not claimed their shares. Oh, sorry, some shareholders still have not claimed their dividend. My question is very simple. As a company, Umel, will you treat those shareholders to be dead?
Yes, sir.
It's been 7 years and someone is not claiming their own money. Will you assume? I'm not saying they are dead, but will you assume that they are dead?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, are their securities are also idle or not?
Yes, sir.
So funds to we have transferred to, dividend to unpaid and unclaimed we have transferred to which account?
IEPF.
Their securities also we will take over. Those people who have not claimed their money, their securities, their shares also will take over and will transfer to which account, Amma? IEPF demat account. So money is transferred to IPF fund and shares are transferred to IPF demat account. Is it crystal clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
And that is called section number.
1, 2.
Now, did I tell you 127 already?
Yes, sir.
Did we do 124 now?
Yes, sir.
It means now we have to learn what is the section?
125.
125. And what is the name of the 125? IEPF. Investors, Education and Protection Fund. Now, if you do any violation, if you do any kind of violation, now let me just take a sec. Now, what is written, Amma? Read it. Penalty on the violation of section number
124.
What is 124? Unpaid and unclaimed dividend account. Now, what is the penalty on the company if there is a violation? Any violation means, suppose you did not transfer within 7 days, you did not prepare the list, you did not close it after 7 years, you did not transfer the funds to the IPF. Did you do any kind of violation in 124? So, what is the penalty on the company, Amma?
Company
1
1
lakh
lakh
plus 500
500
rupees per day, subject to the maximum of
10
10
lakhs.
lakhs. And officer in default 25,000 plus 100 rupees per day, subject to the maximum of
2 lakhs.
first direct penalty is 25,000 plus 100 rupees per day, subject to the maximum of 2 lakhs. Direct penalty 1 lakh 500 rupees per day, subject to the maximum of 10 lakhs.
10 lakhs.
Did you understand the penalty of section number 124?
Yes, sir.
Now 127 is over, 123 is over, 124 is over. So now we are going to concentrate on which section, Amma?
125.
125. And what is the name of 125? Investors, Education and Protection Fund. And what is another name, Amma? Instead of protection, we can also use this word. What is this word? Awareness. It is also known as IEAF, or we can also call it as IEPF. So if you use IEAF, it is called Investors Education and Awareness Fund, or you can also call it as Investors Education and
Awareness Fund.
Protection Fund. Am I correct? Now, 125, Amma. Ready to run? Yes. Point number 1. It is a which fund, Amma?
Central government.
It means who created this fund?
Central government.
And it is under whose control, Amma? What is the name of the authority? IEPF Authority. What is the name of IEPF Authority full form? Investors Education and Protection Fund Authority. It means this authority is constituted by whom? Central government. This authority is constituted by whom? Central government. Now, question arises, sir, what IEPF does with that money? Is it a question mark or not?
Yes, sir.
If we transfer the total money after 7 years to one very big account called IEPF, there must be some use of that money. That's why we are transferring the money.
Yes, sir.
Now, Amma, if I'll say that the meaning of the IEPF is in its full form only, can you please tell me what is IE?
Investors education.
It means they use this money to educate the investors about the stock market. Crystal clear? Means
Yes,
they
sir.
will conduct the programs, they will conduct the seminars so that they can educate the people about the which markets? Stock markets. Capital markets के बारे में education देना. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So that is why it is called investors education. Now some investors do not know na, because stock market is full of rules and regulations. Some people do not know what to do, when to do, at what point of time. So it educates, this authority educates them, and on their education they spend the money of that. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
And what is P stands for?
Protection.
So the money in this fund is also being used for the protection of investors. It means the money is used for the education of investors, and money is also used for the protection of investors. So that's why what is the name of the fund? Investors Education and Protection Fund. Is it crystal clear to all of you? Everyone will write yes if you all understood. Everyone will write yes if you all understood. Need a reply quickly. Crystal clear? Now, can you please repeat the purpose for all of us, Amma? What is the purpose of this IPF?
To educate the investors about capital markets, to protect the interest of investors against malpractice.
Is it correct, Amma? That's what I said to you.
Yes, sir.
Now, this authority is the state government authority or central government?
Central government.
Now, there is one point which I have to tell you, everyone. Who does the audit when the central government authorities come? Listen to this point very carefully. Generally, companies ko audit who does? Practicing CA does. Am I correct? Practicing chartered accountant does. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
But this is a normal company or this is IEPF, Central Government Authority?
Central Government Authority.
Iska audit we only do, but who is our main person to whom we report? The audit of central government authorities is done by C and AG. What is the full form? Comptroller, and auditor General of India. Read the full form, Amma. What is the full form? Comptroller and Auditor General
of
of
India.
India. We call it as CAG, CAG. What do we call it as?
CH.
CAG. Now, listen to this, Amma. Who is CAG? First of all, who is CAG? Do you want to see who is CAG?
Yes, sir.
CAG of India. Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Are you able to see this person?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Grish Chandra Murmu. Are you able to see what is written below his name?
Yes, sir.
Comptroller and Auditor General of India. He's the one who does the audit of central government. He is the present CNAG of India. Grish Kumar Murmu. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Every government authority, let it be state government, central government, or union territory, all their audits, compilation of books of accounts, financial statement, who takes care of that?
CH.
CAG. So CAG is not a institution. CAG is a person. And who is the present CAG of India? Girish
State.
Chandra Murmu. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, this is what this point. Now read the point. Amma, audit. Read the audit point. It is
Audit
audited
Office,
by CAG. Who is CAG?
Comptroller and the Auditor General of India.
Now, my question is, Amma, we assume that there is one particular shareholder who died. We assume. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
We assume that particular shareholder died and his funds are transferred to IPF and his shares are transferred to IPF Demat account. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Suddenly, that person came. Suddenly, what happened? That
Okay.
person came. After 8 years, he came. 8 or 9 years. And he came to know that his dividend is what? Pending. Now tell me, can he claim his money back from the IPF or not? Is he a rightful claimant or not? Yes.
Right.
He will go to the IPF and he will tell to the IPF, can you please pay my money back or not? But do you think that IPF just like that will give you your money back? Or there will be some necessary investigation?
Necessary
Now
investigation
listen.
done.
Now listen. If a person is a rightful claimant, what do you mean by rightful claimant? The one who is claiming his money. He will file IEPF 5 electronically. What is the form number he has to file if he wants to claim his money?
IEPF 5.
Now tell me, to claim his money and securities. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, he filed IEPF 5 with whom? IEPF authority. But IEPF authority maintains the register of members or company maintain the register of members?
Company.
Who maintains the register of members?
Company.
IEPF or company? Company. So IEPF will come to know that whether you are a rightful claimant or not, IEPF will tell the information of this rightful claimant to the company. So IEPF will send this case to whom? Company. So tell me what is written. IEPF is doing what? Forward the case and application to whom?
Company.
To do what?
Further
Now tell
investigation.
me all the details of this member who is claiming out of the blue moon after 9 years he came, is claiming his money back. Now tell me, IPF just like that will not give you the money. Am I correct? There might be a fraud person also. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
So IPF sent the case to whom? Company. So IPF is telling to the company what? You do the necessary investigation and let us know whether this person is a rightful claimant or not. Is it clear, Ma?
Yes, sir.
So what the company has to reply to the IPF within how many days?
15 days.
15 days mein company will reply to the IPF ki yes, he is a rightful claimant or no, he is not a rightful claimant. If the IPF is satisfied with the investigation of the company, what the IPF will do? IPF will release the funds and securities will be released to the which payment? Which person? Rightful
And
person. Is it crystal clear? Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Perfectly understood section number 125.
Yes, sir.
Now, question is, what is IEPF? Full form I already told you.
Yes, sir.
But how many members are there in the IEPF? Read the point number one.
Chairman,
Chairman, Members not exceeding how many?
7.
7. One is what?
CEO.
And one is person. One is the person who is a secretary of Ministry of Corporate
Affairs.
Affairs. Is also going to be known as ex officio chairperson of authority. Are you getting the point? So how many people are there? 1 plus 7, 8, 9, 10. So total 10 people are there in the which authority?
EPF.
So one is the chairperson, Amma. One is the members not exceeding 7. One is CEO, Chief Executive Officer. And one is the secretary of MCA, who is the ex-officer of the chairperson of authority. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
So this is called the authority composition of IEPF. Clear, Amma? Now,
Yes, sir.
next question. I already told you where do they use this money? Read this point, Amma. Where do they use the money? एक second. Wait. Let me
Refund to rightful
Amma. Wait, Amma. Just color actually is that good. Okay, now it is better.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Tell me, Amma. Read the point. Application of funds.
For any other purpose incidental that will.
Now, first point is this one. Left side. First point. Refund to the
To.
rightful claimants later on. Do they use this money to refund also?
Yes, sir.
Already it came when you did not claim, but after 8-9 years, if you will come, do we have to refund the money if you are rightful claimant?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so they can use this money to refund to the rightful claimant later on. Clear? Point number 2, protection, awareness, and education and promotion of whom? Investors. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Next point, reimbursement of what?
Legal expenses.
Now, say for example, if I have to fight a case to get my money back and I won, whether that legal expenses also will be borne by the IPF then?
Yes, sir.
Yes, reimbursement of legal expenses. Next one, distribute disgorged to genuine loss bearers. Now, say for example, there are some people who genuinely suffered a loss by doing a fraud by some people in the securities market. You know, na, in the shares and all, so much of gambling takes place. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Suppose there is one genuine person, Mr. X, who suffered a loss because he believed someone and suffered a loss. Am I correct or not? Some ABC random person gave him a false tip. He invested his total life saving in that share and share went down. Now tell me, did he go or not? Is he completely off?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So at that point of time, don't you think that someone should be there to help those kind of genuine losers?
Yes, sir.
So who is going to help that? IPEPF. So IEPF will distribute disgorged amount to the genuine loss bearers. And what is the last point? For any other purpose, incidental
That will.
there too. Did you all get the point? तो refund purpose के लिए भी use होता है, protection, reimbursement, genuine loss bearers, as well as any other purpose. This is called application of IEPF. So with that, our which section is also over?
125.
So tell me what are the sections we are done with, Amma? 123, 124, 125, 127. There is one section left that is called,
126.
shall we do everyone? 126. Now, what is the next last section we are left with?
Keeping the dividend.
Keeping the dividend in abeyance, everyone. Now, I want you to concentrate, everyone. Very important section it is, but very small. Within 2 minutes, this section will be over. Listen. Umail, listen to the example. A is selling the shares to whom?
B.
B. So, is A a transferor? Yes. B is a what?
Transferring.
Now, whether the B has to send the share transfer deed in form number SH4 by telling his details to the company?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? We all
Yes.
did that in transfer and transmission of shares chapter. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Suppose generally how many days company takes? 30 days to issue the shares to the B. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Suppose this time company took 120 days to do the registration. Now tell me, is it more than 30 days or not?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because there was a fight going on over the title, or there was some signature issue, or any kind of issue, right or not? Some issue was going on due to which company took a 100 days extra or 90 days extra. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, during these 120 days, Dividend was declared. What is declared?
Dividend.
Now my question is, Amma, who whose name is still appearing in the register of members?
Transfer of.
A's name is appearing, but is he the rightful owner?
No, sir.
Who is the rightful owner?
B.
But his name is appearing in the room.
No, sir.
So tell me, company is in confusing state or not?
Yes, sir.
If B is the rightful owner, but his name is not appearing in Rome, and you cannot pay the dividend to the person whose name is not appearing in the Rome. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
And company is also under the confusion कि A को they can't pay the dividend. Why? Because A is the member, but he is not the rightful owner right now.
Yes, sir.
So now in that case, what the company will do? This is called a confusing time. Which time, Amma? Confusion time. So what the company will do in this case? Company will keep that dividend. It will not pay to anyone. Company will keep that dividend in abeyance. What is the word I used?
Abeyance.
Abeyance means it will transfer this dividend to unpaid and
Unclaimed dividend.
unclaimed dividend account till the time title is not clear, till the time ownership is not clear. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, till the time everything is not clear, company will not give this money to the transferee, or company will not this give money to the transferer. It will transfer this money to the which account? Unpaid and unclaimed dividend account. That is called section number 126. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now there is one more point you have to understand, everyone. Listen to this point carefully. If now in this case there is a chance that B can get the money. If A gives one letter in writing, declaration in writing to company that he does not have a problem if the company pays the dividend to B. Who has to give this declaration? Transferor has to give the declaration to whom? Company. He does not have any objection if the company pays the dividend to
B.
Then in that case, company can directly pay to the B. So there are two possibilities. Either the company can keep it in what?
Unpaid and unclaimed account.
Under the abeyance. Or company can pay it to whom? B.
B.
But to pay it to B, first company should claim what? A letter.
A.
From whom?
A.
A letter from A company should claim. Does he have any objection or no objection?
No objection.
So with this, everyone, what are the 5 section and which chapter is over, which we started yesterday?
Dividend.
123 is over, 124 is over, 125 is over, 126 is over, 127 is over. With that, our dividend chapter is over. Is everyone CC about this chapter? Please let me know. Everyone, please let me know in the comment box. Did you all understand the dividend provisions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Waiting for your reply. Quickly, quickly. Everyone. Quickly, quickly. Do the reply so that I can move forward. Yes. Okay, great. So with that, 123 to 127 chapter is over. Now we are going to start with our second last chapter of the company law, that is called 128 to 138. Is it clear, Amma? Sorry,
Yes, sir.
128 to 137. 138 we are going to cover audit section, that is in A and A. What is A and A? Audit and audit. Now I have to tell you before starting this chapter what you need to do. I hope you all got the link now. Did you all get the link? Everyone, did you all get the link? Umel,
No, sir.
so far no.
Yes, sir.
Beta, give me just one. Okay, so let us start with the section. Is the full screen coming in front of you all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, this particular chapter is purely and purely going to teach you what do you mean by books of accounts, what do you mean by financial statement, what do we do with them, whom do we send, what does it contain, all those things you are going to learn. Am I correct, Amma? So the
Yes,
first
sir.
section which we are going to do is section number 128. What is the name of the section? Books of accounts.
Account.
Now, you might be having something in your mind, like everyone, please understand, every company has to maintain what? Books of
Books of
accounts. And from the books of accounts, we prepare what? Financial
financial
statement. Are you getting the point? Books of
is
accounts are something which every company maintains on which basis? Daily
daily
basis. And financial statements are something which are prepared on balance sheet
up
date. On the which date, Amma?
balance sheet date.
Balance sheet date means what? On 31 3 31st March ko, which we prepare, that is known as what? Financial
30.
statements. Am I correct, Amma? That is known as financial statements. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what is prepared from what, Amma? What is prepared from what? Financial statements are prepared from what? Books of accounts. So everyday sales, purchase, assets, liabilities, incomes, expenditures, everything company records in where?
BOE.
Books of accounts. And do we see everyday sales and purchase in financial statement or
Yes,
total
sir.
amount of sales
Total amount of
which
sales.
we have done in the financial year? Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So my question is very simple, Ummel. Which one is explanatory in nature? Which one is summarized in nature?
Accounting books are explanatory nature.
Books of accounts are what in nature?
Explanatory.
Explanatory, because these contain my daily sales and daily purchase. But financial statements are what in nature?
Summarize.
Summarized. The books of account is section number 128 and financial statement is known as section number 129. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
So what is 128? Books of
Books of
accounts. And what is 129?
financial statement.
Financial statements. Now, what is the first section we are going to do? Books of accounts. Now, in the books of accounts, what is the first topic we have to do, Amma? The first topic is meaning and
Hmm.
features of the books of accounts. Whenever we talk about the books of accounts, read the green part, Amma. It is known as four types of books of accounts which every company has to maintain. What are the four types of books of accounts every company has to maintain?
Statement of
Statement of assets and
li-
liabilities. What is the second one, Amma?
statement of income and expenses.
Which is also known as?
Receipts and payment.
And statement of what?
Sales and
So
purchase.
normally every company has assets and liabilities, incomes and expenditures, sales and purchase or not.
Yes, sir.
So every company has to maintain these three books of accounts. But if you are a manufacturing company, Amma, so you all have to maintain these three books of accounts as a manufacturing company also. But what is the extra books of accounts you have to maintain if you're a manufacturing company? That is known as what?
Cost.
Cost records. Amma, what is the name?
Cost report.
As per which form number?
CRE1.
Are you getting the point? So generally there are three books of accounts. Generally there are three
Three.
types of books of accounts. But if you're a manufacturing company, it will become
4.
four. So what are the general books of accounts, everyone? Assets and
Liability.
liabilities, incomes and
Expenditure.
expenditures, sales and purchases.
Purchase.
But if you're a manufacturing company, it will be a cost record.
Cost.
That's the reason. What is the word I use? If any. If any means if you are a manufacturing company, you have to prepare the cost records. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next point. Features of the books of accounts. What is written? Read the feature number one. Books of accounts are what in nature?
Explanatory
So
nature.
it means financial statements are what? Summarized in
Summarize.
nature. Second point. Books of accounts
True,
are what in nature?
true and fair
Now
base.
tell me, should we record true and fair values in the books of accounts or untrue and unfair values?
True and fair.
And books of accounts are prepared on which basis? Cash basis or accrual basis of accounting?
Accrual.
And this is on single entry system or double entry system?
Double entry.
Debit. For every debit, there is a
Credit.
credit, right? So what are the four features of books of account? Explanatory in nature, true and
True.
fair, accrual basis
Accrual.
of accounting,
Double
double
entry.
entry system. Now, the next point we have to understand, where do we keep our books of accounts? Where do we generally keep our books of accounts? Books of accounts are generally kept at RO. What is RO, Amma? Registered
Register.
office. But if you have a dependent branch, if you have a which branch?
Dependent
Dependent
branch.
branch, Then, Acha, tell me one thing. What do you mean by dependent branch, which is dependent upon head office or not?
Yes, sir.
Dependent branch is that branch which is independent or dependent on head office.
Dependent.
Dependent branch is a which branch, Amma? Which is independent or dependent upon office, head office?
Depend upon head office.
Depend upon head office. So who will prepare the books of accounts of that dependent branch? Head office.
HO.
So it means if it is acha, if it is an independent branch, Amma, independent means can it prepare its own books of accounts?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but dependent branch ka books of accounts who will prepare? Head office. So if it's a dependent branch, their books of accounts will be maintained and kept at which office, Amma? Head office. Next point. Acha, tell me, Amma, what if my registered office is in New York? It is in India or outside India?
Outside India.
Suppose my registered office is in New York, but my company is in India.
Outside.
Company is in India, but registered office where, Amma? Outside India. Then in that case, quarterly basis, those books of accounts ka set must be sent to the which office?
India.
Indian office. You get the point? So if my registered office is outside India, so obviously we are maintaining the books of accounts also where? Outside India, but quarterly basis. What do you mean by quarterly basis, Amma? Every 3 months. Every 3 months, the set of those books of accounts must be sent to which office, Amma? Indian office. Did you all understand this rule?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes. So tell me what are the three rules you
Indian.
understood, Amma? Where do we generally keep our books of accounts?
Registered office.
If it is a dependent branch, who will prepare the books of accounts?
Head office.
If my registered office is outside India, semi-annually basis, annual basis, or quarterly basis,
Quarterly. 3 months.
such books of accounts must be sent to
Indian
India.
company.
Next one. Now, I want to change the place of my books of accounts. I want to change the place of keeping my books of accounts. Can I shift the place of keeping of the books of account? Answer is what?
Yes.
Yes, but you have to pass a which resolution?
Board
Board
resolution.
resolution. And after passing the board resolution, now think logically, Ummel, please tell me whether ROC knows the new place or ROC does not know. We
No.
shifted. We shifted. Am I correct? But do we
Yes.
have to intimate the ROC the new address or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we have to intimate the ROC the new address in form number
AOC 5.
within how many days, Amma?
7 days.
The day when we have passed a board resolution, within 7 days, we are going to file the new address with whom? ROC in form number AOC 5. Did you all understand, Amma?
Yes, sir.
So with that, what we learned? With that, we learned meaning and features of the books of accounts. So my question is very simple, Ummal. Ready to answer? What are the 4 types of books of accounts we maintain? Sale, purchase, assets, liability, income and expenditure. And what is the fourth one?
Cost.
Cost records. Next one. Books of accounts are what in nature, Amma? Explanatory, true and fair, accrual basis, and double entry. Where do we keep it, Amma?
Registered office.
If dependent branch,
Head office.
head office. Next one, if registered office outside India, quarterly basis, it should be sent to which office? Indian office. Can we change the books of accounts ka place? Yes, by passing a which resolution?
Board
Board
resolution.
resolution. And within 7 days of passing the board resolution, we have to intimate the new address to whom? ROC.
ROC.
In form number AOC 5.
AOC.
Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, what is the next topic we have to understand? Preservation and inspection of what? Books of account. Do you remember we did the preservation and inspection of registers and returns?
Yes, sir.
Same way we have to do it here. Now, look at this. Just read this point. What is written? If the company is in existence for less than
8 years.
if company incorporation age is less than how many years, Amma? 8 years. Then we have to preserve the books of accounts for all the years. Now tell me, my company got incorporated in 2016, Amma. In 2022, what is the age of my company?
8 years.
In 2016 to 2026, what is the age of my company? 6 years, Amma? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is it less than 8 years?
Yes, sir.
So what is the answer written? Must preserve their books of accounts for
8 for all
all the
years.
years. Must preserve. It means all the 6 years books of accounts should be kept in my office. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
But if my company is in existence for 8 or
4 years.
then I have to preserve it for the how many years?
8 accounting years.
8 accounting years. Did you get the point? If it is less than 8 years, I have to preserve for all. And if it is for 8 or more years, I have to preserve for how many years?
8
8
years.
years. But suppose in my company, some inquiry is going on, investigation is going on, inspection is going on. Now tell me, is it something positive going on or negative?
Negative.
The inquiry is taking place, investigation, inspection is going on. Then in that case, listen, till the time that inquiry, investigation, or inspection is not getting over, you are not allowed to dispose your books of accounts. Are you understanding what I'm saying? It means till the time that inquiry, investigation, or investigation is not getting over, you are allowed to dispose the books of accounts or not allowed.
Not allowed.
Suppose inquiry started in 2020. It took up to 2031. It started in 2020, went up to 2031. How many years, Amma?
11.
11 years. Generally, I maintain for how many years?
8 years.
8 years. But inquiry is going till how many years?
9 years.
11 years. Inquiry is going till 9 years, 2020 to 2031. Is it 11 years inquiry or not?
Yes, sir.
Can I dispose my books of accounts in the 8 years now? Or I have
Yes.
to keep it till 11th year?
Yeah.
Yes. Why? Because what is going on?
Investigation, inquiry, and inspection.
And read what is the answer? Must be kept till the time such
Such
inquiry, investigation and inspection is getting concluded. जब तक वो खत्म नहीं हो जाता, till the time it is not getting over, you can't dispose your books of accounts. Is it crystal clear?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, if my company age is less than 8 years, then all years. Am I
All
correct?
years.
If it is
Yes.
more than 8 years, then
8 accounting
8
years.
years, 8 accounting years. But if I or I is happening, then till the time it is not getting over. Is it crystal clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Next point. Now, whatever the point I'm going to tell you, it will be very difficult for you to understand, but try to understand it very properly. Listen. Who owns the company, Amma?
Shareholders.
But who runs the company?
Members.
Who owns the company? Shareholders. But who runs the company? Members of board of directors?
Board.
Board of directors. Board of directors manage the company. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
But actually, who is the owner of the company?
Shareholders.
Shareholders. Now, are the shareholders allowed to interfere into the company on daily basis? Or they are not
Yes.
allowed? They are
Not
not allowed. They are not allowed to participate into the day-to-day operations of the company. Am I correct? Because
yes,
who will get disturbed otherwise?
directors.
Directors will get disturbed. So now listen to this. Books of accounts are daily accounts or at the end of the financial year. Books of accounts.
Daily accounts.
So who prepares it? Who prepares it?
Board.
So do you think that shareholders should be allowed to inspect it?
No, sir.
So shareholders are allowed or can't inspect?
Can't inspect.
Shareholders are members are prohibited. Only who can Acha, shareholders can inspect the financial statement?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
But they cannot inspect what, Amma?
Books of accounts.
Because books of accounts contain daily things. And if on daily basis we will allow the shareholders to come to the company and discuss and inspect and all those things, don't you think that the company will be disturbed and board of directors will be angry?
Yes, sir.
Every day shareholders are coming there saying open the books of accounts, open the books of accounts. Don't you think that it will disturb their management?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is it clear to all of you, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So who can't, who can inspect?
Members and shareholders can't.
And directors can.
Can.
What is the cost of inspection? If the directors are going to inspect it free of cost, any cost or free of cost?
No.
No cost. If the others are going to come and inspect, then 50 rupees per
Inspection.
inspection. If directors want to take the copy of the books of accounts, free of cost. But if the other will come, how much money, Amma?
10 rupees.
Do you remember that same rules we have done in registers and returns also?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And now, listen to this point. Read this question.
What if books of accounts are outside India?
Now tell me, books of accounts are in India or outside India?
Outside India.
And a director is in
Um,
India. Books of accounts are maintained outside India, and one of the director is in
India.
India. Now, this Indian director want to inspect the books of accounts which are maintained outside India. Now, my question is, can I inspect the books which are maintained outside India? Yes, within
Yes.
15 days of my request. Within 15 days of my request, company has to bring those books of accounts in India and give it to me. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, if the books of accounts are outside India, director shall make a request to whom? Company.
Company.
And company shall produce such requested books of accounts within how many days of request?
15 days.
Within 15 days of my request, those books of accounts must be brought to
India.
India. Is it crystal clear to all of you? Write the word CC if you all are understanding. Please
Yes, sir.
let me know. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, next point. Listen to this point very carefully. Director can inspect or can't inspect?
Can.
Suppose, Umel, you are a director. Am I correct?
Yes.
You only prepared the books of accounts.
Yes, sir.
So it means you are allowed to inspect it. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
If you are inspecting it, is there any chance of leakage of sensitive and confidential information of the company? Or there's no chance?
No
No
chance.
chance, because you are the one only who prepared it. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
But suppose, Umel, you are not able to come to inspect. You send one of your friend to come and inspect the books of accounts on your case. Are you getting the point?
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me one thing, chances of leakage of confidential and sensitive information are there or not?
Yes, sir.
Because if you are coming, company will allow you to access every book of account. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
But if your agent is coming, what is the point number next? If your agent is coming, legal representative is coming, power of attorney holder is coming, relative is coming, then sensitive and confidential information can be or cannot be
Can't be.
accessed. If you are coming, allowed. If somebody else is coming,
Not
not
allowed.
allowed. Crystal clear? Even though they are your agent, even though he is your relative, legal representative, friend, power of attorney holder, but no, company will not take the chances. Is it correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Next point. Now my question is, Amma, holding company becomes the holding of a subsidiary when it holds more than 50% of paid up share capital. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Now my question is very simple. Who is controlling whom? Subsidiary controls holding or holding controls subsidiary?
Holding. Control subsidiary.
Now suppose, Umel, you are my holding. I am your subsidiary. So you are able to control me.
Yes, sir.
Holding company auditors or holding company directors want to come to which company?
Subsidiary.
Subsidiary company, and you want to inspect the books of accounts of subsidiary
Subsidiary.
company because you own me more than 50%, so you want to come. Companies Act says that no. Companies Act says that no.
No.
Subsidiary is a separate company or not?
Yes, sir.
Only one director from the holding company can come and inspect the books of accounts of subsidiary company. Not all the directors allowed. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, can a holding company directors go and inspect the books of accounts of subsidiary company? What is the answer?
One director only.
Generally, no. But what is the exception? If the whole board of directors
Oh,
of the company authorizes one director to go and inspect, then allowed or not allowed?
Yes.
Then allowed. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
All directors allowed or only one director allowed?
Only one.
Only one director. Crystal clear to all of you?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
That brings an end to the another column. Is the green color and blue color part is over?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So tell me what we learned so far. We learned meaning, we learned features, we learned preservation, we learned what? Inspection. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
What is the next topic we are going to learn?
Books of accounts in electronic form.
Acha, nowadays, please tell me, how many of you know the Tally software? Ummil, have you heard of Tally software?
Yes, sir.
So Tally is a accounting software.
Yes, sir.
Nowadays, companies are maintaining the books of accounts on.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct or not? Nowadays, companies are maintaining the books of accounts on what?
Tally.
Tally. Am I correct? Nowadays, companies are maintaining the books of accounts on Tally. So is it manual books of accounts or electronic books of accounts?
Electronic.
Now, Companies Act is saying that as a company, if you want to maintain the books of accounts in which form?
Electronic
So
form.
section number 180 says that please satisfy 6 conditions first. How many conditions you have to satisfy?
6.
Condition number 1. Read it, Amma.
Must be started on preserved on Indian cloud servers.
Your books of accounts must be stored and must be preserved on foreign cloud server or Indian cloud server.
Indian cloud servers.
Foreign cloud server allowed or not allowed? Not allowed.
Not allowed.
So your storage and your preservation should be on Indian
Indian.
cloud server. Condition number 1, you all understood?
Yes, sir.
And these books of accounts only and only accessible in
India.
India. Outside India, if you'll go, will you be able to open these books of accounts and access it?
No, sir.
No. Next point. Daily, you have to take the two backups of your books. One is called on-site backup and one is called off-site backup. Did you understand the two backups?
Yes, sir.
What are the two backups daily you have to take? On-site and off-site. Tell me the three conditions, Amma. On which server?
Indian cloud server.
Only accessible in
India.
and daily two backups off-site,
On.
on-site.
No.
Next one. Must be maintained in which form?
Original.
It means you are not allowed to maintain it in any other form. It should be maintained in binary form. Oh, sorry. It should be maintained in the original form. Any other form is allowed or not allowed?
Not allowed.
Not allowed. Next one. Your books of accounts software. Your books of accounts software should have a capacity. Your books of accounts software should have a capacity of storage, printing, retrieval, display. So these four features are expected in your books of account software. What are the four features expected? Storage,
Storage. Printing.
printing, retrieval means any information I want, I should be able to retrieve. And what is the last word?
Display.
Display. And last but not the least, in case of dependent branch books of accounts, who prepares generally?
HO.
Head office. So dependent branch tells all its information to whom? Whether head office is allowed to make any alterations or originally unaltered only it has to record.
Unaltered form.
Yes. What is written, Amma? In case of dependent branches books of accounts must be maintained in which altered form?
Unaltered form.
So these 6 conditions, if you are able to satisfy, you are allowed to maintain the books of accounts in which form?
Electronic form.
Condition number 1, Amma, which server? Indian cloud
Indian
server.
cloud.
Condition number 2, Amma, accessible only in India.
In
Daily
India.
one on-site backup, one off-site backup. One
Off.
on-site and one is off-site. Next
Offsite.
point. Next point.
Original form must be
It
maintained.
must be maintained in the which form? Original
Original.
form. Must be maintained in the original form. Next point. Must be maintained in the original form. It should have the 4 features. What are the 4 features? Storage,
Storage.
printing, retrieval, and display. And next one. If it is a branch books of accounts, must be maintained at head office but in an unaltered form.
Form.
Not only that, You have to, acha, for maintaining the books of accounts and software, do you or should you have internet service in your office?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what is the name of your internet service provider? Or what is the name of your network service provider? What is NSP, Amma? The name of your internet service provider, and NSP stands for network service provider. You have to file the name of your internet service provider and network service provider to whom? ROC. Do you have to file it with ROC?
Yes, sir.
Not only that, internet protocol address of your internet service provider and network service provider, that also you have to file with whom?
ROC.
Location of your internet service provider and network service provider, that also you have to file it with whom?
ROC.
And manner of retrieval of information, that also you have to file it with whom?
ROC.
So there are 4 things you need to file with the ROC and 6 conditions to be satisfied. 6 conditions we already know, and 4 points you are going to tell me. Now tell me, Amma, what are the 4 things we are filing with ROC? Name, IP, location. What are the 3 words? Name,
Name, IP,
IP, location of my ISP. What is ISP? Internet
Internet
Service
Service Provider.
Provider. And what is NSP, Amma? Network Service Provider. So
Network Service Provider.
either we can use the word called internet service provider, or we can also use the word called what? Network service provider. Is it crystal clear
Service
to all of
Provider.
you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So with that, what is over, Amma? With that, books of accounts in electronic form is over. Is it a huge section?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we understood meaning, features, place of keeping it, preservation, inspection. Books of accounts in which form? Electronic form. Now just read this heading, Amma. Key responsible persons for books of accounts. It means who are the main persons who are responsible for preparation of books of accounts. So remember again, what is KRP stands for?
Key,
Aage? Key what? Key responsible persons. Repeat, Amma.
key responsible person.
So we call them as what? Like we call KMPs or not?
Yes, sir.
What is KMP? Key managerial persons. KRP stands for key
Ma'am.
responsible persons. These are the main people who are responsible for preparing what? Books of accounts.
Books.
And if they do not prepare the books of accounts as per section number 128, if they will violate, whether 128 will punish them?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now tell me, who are the key responsible persons? Are you able to see the 3 names?
Yes, sir.
What is the first one? MD,
Managing Director,
Managing Director, whole time director of which department, Amma?
Finance,
And CFO stands for Chief
Chief
Financial
Financial
Officer.
Officer,
So tell me, who are the 3 KRPs of the company who are responsible for books of accounts as per section number 128?
MD,
MD, whole time director. WTD stands for whole time director of finance
Chief
department, and
Financial Officer.
CFO. Now listen to this, Umel. Is it possible that every company will be able to afford these 3 people?
No, sir.
These are very high salary based employees. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So it is difficult or it is very easy?
Difficult.
So in such cases, the company may give this responsible to
MD
directors.
Director,
Yes. So in such case, all the directors will be held responsible. So in such case, who will become the KRPs?
Directors,
Directors. On their failure, what is the penalty, Amma? Minimum 50,000,
50,
maximum 5 lakhs, or imprisonment up to.
1 year or both.
This what brings an end to your section number 120. Now, if you will see, are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
This is called section number 120. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. With that, our which section is over?
128.
128 section is over. I'm going to remove this part, otherwise it will be confused. This is not a part of 120. It is 127. What is the next section we have? 129. If 128 is a books of accounts, then what is 129?
Financial statement.
Clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone, please write CC if you all understood up to this point. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Please let me know. Waiting for your reply. Quickly, quickly, everyone. Section number 128 went inside your head, everyone. Omel, you as well?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now what is the next section we have to learn?
129.
Acha, Omel, when we talk about the books of accounts, what are the four things comes to your mind? Asset, liability, sale, purchase, income,
Com.
expenditure, and cost records. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
When the financial statements will be named, these are the five things should come to your mind. What is the five things?
Balance sheet.
Balance
Profit
sheet, profit and loss statement,
and
cash flow statement,
notes
notes
to
to
account.
accounts, statement
State
of changes in
equity.
equity. So what are the five financial statements, Amma? Balance
Balance
sheet, P&L, cash flow statement, notes to accounts, statement of
state.
changes in equity. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
But let me tell you one thing. Section number 129 says that ki cash flow statement is not applicable to these four companies. What is the company number one?
OPC.
Company number two.
Dormant.
Company number three.
Small company.
Company number four.
Private startup company.
Did you understand the point? So if you are a dormant OPC, small or startup private company, section number 129 says that ki what is not applicable?
Cash flow
Cash
statement.
flow statement is not applicable to the OPC, to the dormant company, to the small company, and to the what? Startup. And do you all remember startup company? We have already done that in acceptance of deposit chapter. When Narendra Modi wala point I told you, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
DPIIT department, Department for Promotion of Industries and Internet Trade, which is there in the MCA. If you
Yes,
satisfy
sir.
the five conditions, you will be treated as a what?
Startup
Startup
company.
company. So did you all understand the meaning of this?
Yes, sir.
Now question arises, very important question everyone, and this is little bit connected to your auditing subject also. Listen, why company prepares the financial statement when already company has prepared the books of accounts? Is it a valid question?
Yes, sir.
Now my question is, Umel, you are a shareholder of the company, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you interested in the daily sales and purchase, or you are interested in the yearly sales and purchase?
Yearly sales.
So obviously you are not interested in the daily sales and purchase, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So if I'll only give you the books of accounts, will it be difficult for you to see each and every bill, each and every invoice?
Yes, sir.
So that's the reason company prepares what?
Financial
In a
statement.
which manner? Explanatory or sorry, summarized manner?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Did you all understand the concept? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we prepare financial statements. Why? We prepare it for our users. Who are my users? Who is my first user?
Management.
Management comes to know whether the company is profitable or loss making. Am I correct? From the books of
Yes,
accounts, do you come to know about profit and loss?
yes, sir.
From the books of
No,
accounts?
no, sir.
No. But you come to know it from the P&L statement. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Shareholders will come to know whether the company is profitable or not. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Government will come to know whether the company is going to pay the tax or not. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Employees will come to know whether the bonus and job is safe or not. Tell me, if the company is loss making, are their jobs safe?
No, sir.
But if it is profit making,
Safe.
safe. Lenders, bankers are interested in the financial statement to understand whether they will be able to get their loan back or not. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Suppliers are able to use the financial statement to see that whether they can supply the goods on credit to of raw material or not. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So like that, there are so many users for which the financial statement are optional or mandatory,
Mandatory.
because these many people are waiting for your financial statement. So who are these called? They are called what?
Users.
Users of
Financial.
financial statement. Who are the users, Amma? Management, shareholder, government, employees, lenders, supplier, research scholars, right? Now, if I have to ask you, what is the difference between books of accounts and financial statement, Amma? Books of accounts are what in nature?
Explanatory.
Therefore, financial statements are what?
Summarize.
Books of accounts give the which view?
True and fair.
And tell me one thing, what is prepared from what?
BOA. FSA.
Yes, FS are prepared from BOA. Am I correct?
Yes,
So if
sir.
the BOA are true and fair, obviously FS is also what?
True and fair.
Books of accounts are maintained on double entry system. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
But we prepare financial statement by using accounting standards. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Acha, tell me one thing. Do you know AS2, everyone?
Yes, sir.
What is AS2, Amma? Inventory
Value.
valuation?
Yes.
Yes. And cost or NRV, whichever is.
Lower.
So when you show the closing stock in the trading account, do you show the inventory at cost or NRV, whichever is lower?
Whichever is lower.
So it means you prepare your financial statement as per what?
Accounting standards.
Now, books of accounts are prepared on which system?
Accrual.
Financial statements are prepared as per the requirement of
Schedule 3.
3. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
So this is what the difference between what and what?
BOA and FS.
BOA and F. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So tell me 4 differences. Explanatory,
BOA.
summarized. Explanatory and summarized. True and fair, true and fair. Double entry system, accounting system. Accrual basis,
Schedule 3.
schedule 3 requirement. Is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, the next topic which I'm going to tell you is very, 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 very important. It is also part of section number 120. अब section number 129 says what, Amma? Section number 129 says that books of financial statements are balance sheet, P&L and all. Am I correct?
Yes,
And
sir.
section number 129 says that ki financial statements are prepared as per what? Accounting standards, as per what? Schedule 3, as per accounting policies. Am I correct? So what is this word? This is called accounting standards.
Policy.
This is called schedule 3 and this is called accounting policies.
Oh.
Now tell me, SLM and WDB are accounting policies only, no?
Yes,
So
sir.
section number 129 says that your financial statement should be prepared as per accounting standard, schedule 3 and accounting policies. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
But you know what is this written? All this is written in Companies Act. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
But if you are a banking company, if you are an insurance company, if you are an electricity company, if you are a defense production company, repeat the 4 words. Banking, insurance, electricity, defense, production. Repeat the 4 words.
Banking, insurance, electricity, and defense protection.
These companies do not follow section number
129.
Why? क्योंकि banks are regulated by RBI. They are regulated by whom?
RBI.
And they follow Banking Regulation Act, not Companies Act. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Insurance companies are regulated by IRDA and they follow Insurance Act. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Electricity companies are following the Electricity Act 2003. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Defense production companies are directly under the government control. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
So they do not follow section number
129.
They says that we will not follow total accounting standards, we will not follow schedule 3 of Companies Act, and we will not follow the accounting policies. Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
It means they are exempted from section number
129.
because they follow their respective mother laws. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Now read. What is the provision written? Read the heading. Exemption to some of the
Exemption
companies
to
which need not follow accounting standard and schedule 3. What are those companies? Banking,
banking,
insurance, electricity, and defense.
product.
What is the reason they are getting the exemption? Because they follow the financial statement presentation criteria specified under their which acts?
Respective acts.
Tell me, banking follows which act? Banking Regulation Act 1949. Insurance companies follows which act? Insurance Act 1938. Electricity company follows which act? Electricity Act 2003. defense production companies are under the Ministry of Defense. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So they all are saying, sorry, we will not follow 129 ka format of financials. Am I correct, Amma?
Yes, sir.
So this is what the exemption of section number 129. Pavitra, what do you mean by Section 8 company has to follow the same format only. Because Section 8 company follows the Companies Act only, Pavitra. Am I correct? Yes. So only the exemption is given to these four companies. What are the four companies which are exempted from section number 129? Banking,
Banking.
insurance, electricity, and defense product. Everyone CC up to this point,
Yes, sir.
right? So remaining we are going to continue tomorrow, everyone. Okay. So tomorrow we'll try our level best to complete this chapter, right? And after that Sunday we'll be taking care of our other laws. Okay, right, everyone? So bye, everyone. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you so much.